Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we are going to learn about operating expenses. I will explain the definition in simple words so you will understand operating expenses easily. Next, we will see that how we can calculate operating expenses by using a formula, and we will see the complete list of operating expense by giving simple examples so everyone can understand that which category comes under which category. Next, I will show you a real-time example which help you that where we need to mention our operating expenses because these expenses are recorded in the income statement of the company, and it will help in assessing the profitability of the company for a specific period of time. So let's move ahead to the definition of operating expense. Operating expense is commonly referred to as unavoidable expense that the company has to incur for the smooth running of its day-to-day business activities. Operating expenses only cover sales and administrative expenses of a business. These expenses are recorded in an entity's income statement during the period that they have occurred rather than when the company paid. So we will use the matching principle of accounting for the operating expense record. Let's move ahead to the formula how we calculate the operating expenses. Operating expenses is equal to total administrative expense plus total selling expense. So the next, let's see the list of complete operating expenses. What type of expenses includes in operating expense list? The first we will discuss here, advertising and marketing expense. These expenses incurred by the companies on promotion and advertising activities for the increase of sales. These expenses charged under the head of advertising expense in profit and loss account. The next, office stationery and supplies. These are expenses incurred to buy office stationery and supplies for the usage by staff on day-to-day basis. For example, we are buying papers, pens, cartridges for the printers, etc. Just like other operating expenses, this is also charged to the profit and loss account of the company. Utility expense. These expenses includes water and electricity bills. These are also categorized as operating expense as they help in smooth running of company's day-to-day operations. Telephone expenses. These represent landline or mobile expenses incurred while doing official tasks in office premises or using office mobile. Some companies also reimburse the employee's home mobile and landline bills. Property tax. The property tax paid on the office building by the company is also considered as an operating expense. Legal expenses. All the legal expenses incurred by the company for procuring the expert advice regarding legal matters are also categorized as operating expense. Repair and maintenance expenses. Any expense incurred on the repair and maintenance of an asset that is used for the production or manufacturing purpose is treated as an operating expense by the business. Insurance expense. These expenses incurred on fire insurance for premises, medical insurance, and general insurance of the staff are also treated as operating expense since they help to secure the resources of the business. Accounting fee expense. These expenses incurred on audit and preparation of financial statements for the outsourced firms. License fee. Expenses incurred on getting new and renewal of business legal documents from government. These are also categorized under the operating expense of a business. Rent expense. It includes office yearly rent, real estate rent, or rent of building which is under the use of company. Next is the payroll expense. It includes office worker salaries and those wages which are not directly connected to cost of goods sold also comes under operating expense. Vehicle expenses. It includes the repair and maintenance of vehicles, periodic inspection, oil and filter change, tire replacement, etc. These are also categorized under operating expenses. Traveling expense. When the staff of the company incurs travel expenses which are required as part of their official duties, for example, official visit, these expenses are called as traveling expense. An official visit would include meeting with customers, selling prospects, official events, etc. The last one is the research expense. Expenses that are incurred on the research of the new product to check their workability, which cannot be capitalized as per the accounting standards, are recognized as operating expense. These are the main categories of the operating expense which we are using in our business. There are many others which every business has according to their profession and according to their work requirement. Let's discuss the real life example, income statement example. This is an income statement line item and the amount. The first, there are the revenues or the sales, and after that the cost of goods sold, and after that there is a gross profit. Revenue minus cost of goods sold comes gross profit. After the gross profit, we have operating expenses head. So under the operating expense head, there will be administrative expenses and the selling expenses, which are comes under operating expense. So total operating expense from gross profit we will make minus 70,000. So here we have operating income after deduction of operating expense. So this is a real life example that we can see that where we need to put our operating expense in our income statement or in our profit and loss statement. And the main point of the operating expense, which is the list of operating expenses, comprises one of the most important aspects of the business. For example, operating expenses are necessary for the smooth running of the business. A company's management is always trying to reduce expenses and increase profit. But they should be careful while doing this because reducing operating expenses may result in a short-term increase in profit but can impact the company's earning for the long run. So this is what we have for today, guys. I hope you like our today's video. Please subscribe our channel. It will keep motivating us to create more videos for you. Thank you very much and goodbye.